Today, we're going to talk about a name for God that's, well, it's incredibly personal. It wasn't given in some grand temple, but out in the middle of a desert. We're talking about El Roi, the God who sees. Okay, let me ask you something right off the bat. Have you ever felt just completely invisible? You know that feeling like you're going through the motions, carrying all this heavy stuff, and you look around and wonder, does anyone even see me? Yeah, I'm talking about those deep down places, the struggles nobody else knows about, the prayers that seem to just hit the ceiling, that brave face you have to put on every single day. You know, the parts of your story that are yours and yours alone. So to really get this idea of being seen, we've got to go way back, thousands of years actually, to this ancient story. It all happens out in this brutal wilderness, and it's all about a woman named Hagar. First thing you need to know about her situation, she was a servant. And back then, that meant she had basically zero power, no say in her own life. She was treated more like property than a person. And if that wasn't enough, she was a total outsider, an Egyptian living with Hebrews. She just did not belong. I mean, by every social rule of that time, she was a nobody. She wasn't supposed to matter at all. So the story picks up when she's at rock bottom. I mean, absolute rock bottom. She's run away from a situation that was just impossible, and now she's all alone in this harsh, unforgiving desert. And get this, she's pregnant and just carrying this deep, deep hurt, totally convinced that she's been completely forgotten by everyone. But it's right there, in that exact moment of complete desperation. That's when everything flips. This is where a new name for God comes into the picture. And what's amazing is it doesn't come from a king or some famous prophet. It comes from her, from Hagar. This right here, this is the turning point of the whole story. The verse in Genesis says she gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her. You are the God who sees me. Wow, everything, and I mean everything, hangs on that one personal statement. And that's where we get the name El Roi. It literally means the God who sees me. And what's so incredible about this, what really hits me, is that this wasn't some official title handed down from on high. Nope. This was a gut-level personal testimony created right out of her own raw experience of being found when she felt completely and utterly lost. Okay, so what does this ancient story have to do with us, right here, right now? Well, that brings us to this idea of the modern wilderness. See, a wilderness isn't always about sand and sun. You know, your wilderness, it might be a desert of just silence, where it feels like your prayers are going nowhere. Or maybe it's a season of waiting and waiting. Or maybe it's that deep, aching loneliness or grief that just feels so heavy. Or, man, just that constant feeling of being misunderstood by everyone. And this is the whole point of El Roi. Right there in your specific place, in your personal wilderness where you feel so invisible, God sees you. He sees the chapter of your story that even the people who love you the most, they just can't see. But hold on. What does it actually mean to be seen by God? Because the story of Hagar shows us it's way, way more than just being watched from a distance. This is so key. Being seen by God isn't passive. It's not like he's just watching a movie. It's active engagement. I mean, think about what happened to Hagar. God didn't just sit back and watch her suffer. No, he came to her. He asked her questions like, hey, where have you come from? Where are you going? He spoke right into her mess. And then he gave her a promise. That is personal. That's life-changing. So, all of this, it all leads to this one powerful truth, a truth that started with Hagar, but is absolutely for us today. And it's this: you are not invisible. Just let that land for a second. You are seen. Seen with the exact same care he showed to someone the world had completely written off. You are known, yeah, even the parts you try to keep hidden. And because of all that, you're not really alone out there in your wilderness. So I'm just going to leave you with this to think about. Where in your own personal wilderness, in your desert of waiting or silence or loneliness, where is El Roi, the God who sees, meeting you today?